Hi, welcome to the Baxter team. I am your upline director, Angela Baxter. I am really excited that you have decided to join us and start your own Pampered Chef business. As part of your team training, we're going to have a series of short video clips that are going to help you. You'll notice in the comments below the video, you're going to see a link for some homework. That's where you will click and get different documents that I have uploaded that will go with each video. As everybody's lives are really busy, we're going to do little short snippets of training so that way you'll retain it better, and that way you can do these whenever you have those 10 minutes 15 minutes of chunks of time to train. So I'm excited to get to know you personally and to find out more about why you started Pampered Chef, what it is that drew you to Pampered Chef, whenever we get to meet in person if we haven't already. I do want to tell you a little bit about myself. I have been with Pampered Chef almost 21 years and I love what I do. Now I didn't like to cook and I was scared to talk in front of people when I started. So you're wondering, how did I do this? Well, I had a 3-year-old son, and he was the reason why I started. I wanted to be able to stay home with him, but I had to have an income. So I decided to give this a try. Pampered Chef did allow me to stay home with him. I built my business and was able to quit my job to stay home with him, and I'm still home. Best decision I ever made. I love what I do, and I love working with people too. So whatever your goal is with Pampered Chef, we're here to help you get there. And I can't wait to see what your journey and where your journey is going to take you with Pampered Chef also. So I want you to think and realize that whether you know how to cook or don't, it doesn't matter. Whether you know how to sell or don't, it doesn't matter. We're going to take the skills that you do know, the things that you are good at, and we're going to hone those skills to help you have a solid foundation. And then it'll be our job to help you work towards that great income and meet new people and connect with others. So that's going to be our job in training, to help you do that, teaching you skills as well as honing the skills that you already have. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is, when do I work? When can I work? So what I want you to do is, I want you to go to Google or somewhere and print a blank calendar. I'm not real tech savvy. There's templates out there. So I want you to print a blank calendar, but I actually want you to print one for the next 3 months. And then after you've printed those calendars, I want you to take a highlighter and I want you to mark all the days that you are available to work. I like to use a green highlighter. Green means go in my mind. And I'll mark the calendar with the dates that I'm available. Now, just because you've marked it doesn't mean you're going to work every single one of those days. It just tells you your next available dates whenever you're scheduling your shows. So you're going to do that for your next 3 months so you know when you can work. Then the next thing, in your homework, you're going to also see some other documents that I want you to print out, and I want you to put those in a 3-ring binder. This is going to be your business binder, and it's going to be your go-to. Our business is portable. You can take it wherever you go. You can work from your phone or your tablet. You don't have to be sitting in an office. And so the binder helps you with that, because everything you need is going to be in one place. The calendars you printed, I want you to put those in there as well. So you can get everything you need with one touch whenever you grab that binder. If you're going somewhere, throw it in your bag. Now, one thing you need to set aside time now to mark those dates on your calendar. If you're not going to set aside the time now to mark those dates, then you're going to struggle a little bit. You want to get started strong, so that's one of the first things you need to do. Then after you've looked at your calendar, I want you to pick 2 dates in the next 7 to 10 days for your grand opening show. These are a time, well, let's do this. Think about it. If you had a coffee shop or a flower shop that you were opening, you'd have a ribbon cutting. You'd have everybody there to celebrate and say, come see my grand opening, and you'd want them there to celebrate with you. Well, you have just opened your own Pampered Chef business. So you need to have a grand opening to let everybody know and come see all the cool new tools you're going to get in your kit, and also sharing the excitement of your first show. So that's why you want to do a grand opening show. And you're going to tell everybody you know all about that grand opening. Now, it's a win-win, because not only are you going to get the host benefits, the free products, you're also going to get the paycheck as the consultant of the show. So it's a win-win. Look at your calendar in the next 7 to 10 days and pick 2 days, one on a weekend, one on a weekday. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, panicking, that's not enough time. Actually, people know what they're going to be doing in the next 10 days. So it's easier to get people to commit and come to a show whenever it's a quick turnaround like that. And just share your excitement, and that will help gather as many people as you know to one or the other show, whichever works best for their schedule, and help you practice. So now you know when you're going to work. You've got your calendar filled out, and you're wondering, okay, who do I call? So in your homework, you will see one of the documents is called a launch list. And this is a living list. You're going to work on this list all the way through the entirety of your business. It's something that as you meet people, as you talk to people, you just keep adding their names to your list. Now, right now, I want you to think broadly. I want you to think of all the different people you know in all walks of life and start filling in your launch list with everybody. These are the people that you're going to invite to your grand opening. They're the people that you're going to encourage to come and support you at your grand opening. And more importantly, you're going to ask them to help you practice. So your launch list is where you're going to find your first host and your first teammate, consultants that you're going to have join your team, as in addition to those that are coming to your grand opening. You're going to want to touch base with those who want to have a show and talk to them about possible dates. That's why you did your calendar first, so you know the dates that you're available. And you're thinking, okay, now what do I say? I don't know what to say to these people. You've got your calendar, you've got your dates marked. You've got your list, your launch list of everybody that you're going to call and invite. So now let's talk about what to say. In our business, we're looking for people that love to entertain, people that love to cook, people that love to make connections, people that don't know how to cook. We help everybody. So what you're going to want to do is reach out to everybody on your launch list and invite them to your grand opening show. I want you to know not everybody's going to say yes. Some people are going to say no. And when you hear that, don't take it personally. You're going to think to yourself, she doesn't like to vacuum. Think as you're calling people and talking to people about the show, somebody says, I just don't think that's for me. Then she's probably thinking, oh my gosh, that means I have to kick my husband out. And I've got to clean the house, and I'm going to feed the kids, and I've got to get all that taken care of in the bathroom and vacuum before everybody comes over, and that's just too much for her. That's okay. So think to yourself when they say, no, I don't think that practice host is for me. Then just think to yourself, she doesn't like to vacuum. Now, you will get on a call and somebody will say, oh, sure, I would love to do a practice show with you. Then you're going to text me or your recruiter and you're going to say, she loves to vacuum. We want to celebrate with you whenever you get excited, whenever you get those shows booked. But we also want to know when you meet somebody that doesn't like to vacuum, because we want to be your cheerleader, cheering you on from the background, encouraging to move forward until you find that next person who likes to vacuum. Excuse me. So when you talk to the people on your lunch list, what do you say? I suggest that you write out a script and then practice it in front of a mirror over and over until you're comfortable with what you're saying, so it comes off natural. I did write a little script to kind of kickstart you, and then you can personalize it to yourself. So I'm going to read it because that is what I would encourage you to do to start. So one thing before that, when you're calling your first host to set up your other shows besides your grand opening, we want you to focus on your first shows as practice shows. So that's going to be your first 6 shows. So your first 6 hosts that you schedule, think of them as your practice shows or practiced host. And that way it kind of takes the pressure off. It eases back a little bit so that they're not thinking, oh my gosh. We'll talk about what to say here in just a minute. This is the script. I just started with call your best friend and say, okay, I just started with Pampered Chef. I am so excited to show you some of these cool tools I'm getting in my new consultant kit. I would love to partner with you and help you get free and discounted tools for your kitchen. I'm so comfortable with you that I know if I make a mistake, you'll laugh it off with me. Would you be a practice host with me? Then wait for the answer. Many times they say sure, because a practice show doesn't sound it sounds more casual and it sounds pretty easy. So just remember, if they say no, don't take it personally. So you want to have 6 practice shows in your first 30 days. Think of it as your training. If you were to start a new job, you would have a training period. You're going to think of your first 30 days as your training period. Schedule those first 6 practice shows in that first 30 days, and you're going to learn the things that you do great, that you love, that you can keep doing. And you're going to figure out the things that you want to tweak as you go along as well. So that's why we have your practiced host to help you with your practice shows and your training first 30 days. I have my little cheat sheet here too. So let's talk about your main goal in the next 24 hours is to reach out to as many people on your lunch list as possible. You want to, the more people you contact, the better it's going to be. Don't just do 1 or 2. You want to keep calling and reaching out to everybody. I want you to think of yourself as an airplane. When an airplane's on a runway, they have to expend tons of energy and loss of effort to get up in the air. And whenever they get up to cruising altitude and are flying there, then that air current helps push them along. They don't have to use as much energy as they did at the beginning. think of yourself as that airplane. You're on the runway right now. You need to spend a lot of extra effort and exert extra effort to get started. And then once you hit that cruising altitude, then it will be, the airflow is going to carry you along. So you want to do that. Now, successful consultants are going to spend the first 48 hours reaching out to everybody on their launch list. Call people, text people, Facebook, green dot people. You're going to want to let everybody know, hey, I'm in business. I can't wait to help you in the kitchen and help your families as well. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Use your time wisely. It's going to be really tempting to get on Consultants Corner on the website and look at everything, and you're going to want to go on Facebook and search for Pampered Chef groups. I want you to wait on that. I want you to right now focus the next 48 hours on reaching out to people, getting your practice shows on the calendar. If you get all 6 shows and you still have more people to call, keep calling and work on into the second month and the second 30 days and schedule shows there. That's a great thing to continue doing. And the people that don't commit to doing a show, be sure you ask them to your grand opening show. Another helpful hint is whenever you're calling people, if you leave a message, always follow it up with a text. I find really great success with people returning and getting back to me whenever I follow up with a text if I leave a message. All you have to say is, I just left a message, let me know what you think. Short and sweet, it doesn't need to be long, telling me everything that you're doing. That response is also good because a lot of people don't listen to their messages. Now, let's review the 3 things that we talked about. The first thing was when to work. We talked about getting your calendar, marking all your open dates. Then we talked about who to call, your launch list. So you've filled that out and you're working on that. And then the third thing is, what do you say? Ask people to be your practice host. Get those first 6 shows scheduled in your first 30 days. I'm excited to help you succeed. You've got this. And we're here if you need anything, me and your recruiter. I'm available if you need something. I'm going to be adding you to our team Facebook page, and I'm also I hope to meet you or see you at our next team meeting. I look forward to watching your business grow, and welcome to the Baxter team. Bye.